Hey, welcome guys to part 3 of my Death Stranding to complete platinum walkthrough. On the DHV, we're going to access a terminal and take out the tri-cruiser from the garage, whatever you call it, and shortly after this going to make our way into Australia. Yeah, we're in Mexico at the moment, but Australia is not too far away, just over the hill, through a kind of like gate. But make sure you've got a PCC level 1. Just in case you run out of battery. So yeah, craft one guys, just in case. You can put some grenades in your pouch as well, and possibly take a weapon on you, because you're going to need it a bit later anyway. Yeah, so jump on and let's make our way forward. Yeah, so you go up that hill and just over it there'd be like a warp gate up ahead. Kind of reminds me of Returnal a little bit. I don't know why, just that image, the scenery you'll get a bit later. Yeah, it reminds me of Returnal. But yes, go over here through the gate and get to Australia. Australia is kind of like the big area we're going to be exploring, similar to the central region in Death Stranding 1. What we've just explored now, Mexico, this kind of like the prologue area. We'll be back here later, of course, get everybody up to max. One of the preppers here, the bulker, he unlocks a sticky gun if you get him up to level 2. So I might come back a bit later to unlock the sticky gun, because that was very useful in Death Stranding 1. But I'll see how we get on. Yeah, I might just walk back here, get him up to 2-star, and then go back to Australia and continue on with the story. But that's something I'll think about a bit later, guys. We don't need it for the time being. But yeah, sticky gun just very useful to get things which are kind of might be like on a cliff opposite, or on a ledge down below, or ledge up above. And just using that sticky gun can save you a lot of time having to traverse up or down to get over to it. Yeah, this is what I mean, this gate reminds me of Returnal. I don't know why, because Returnal has got like, they're like circular gates, aren't they, in Returnal, which used to warp. But once you get on your bike, get out and interact with this terminal, yeah, to pass through the plate gate. And so just get control back, spin around, get back on your bike. Yeah, don't be deceived, your bike is right behind you. It's not like it faces you through the field, the invisible barrier, and you can't get back. Yeah, spin around, grab your bike, and continue up this hill. Of course, watch for the falling projectiles. You can normally tell where they're going to land, because there'll be like a circle will appear on the floor. Of course, if you see a circle near you, move out of the way. But yeah, continue forward. And here we are in Australia. Yeah, there'll be some cutscenes. No border, just a bunch of cutscenes. Oh, and this one goes on for quite a while. I've no idea what's going on. Fragile has put something a bit spicy in his lunchbox. But I'm going to skip forward through this, guys, because it goes on for a few minutes and you can't skip it. So I'll see you in a second after that out of world experience. Okay, so that was a unofficial cutscene skip. Yes, that will not work for you. Just works for me when I'm editing the video. Yeah, I can make my own skips. So once you get control back after them cutscenes, you just make your way across here. Just watch your battery. It might be getting you a bit low at this point. If it does start getting a bit too low, just go at normal speed. It drains much slower when you're not boosting. Yeah, if you boost, you lose your battery. Pretty much quite quick. Yeah, through here be another terminal. I hope they stop that by now. I know sometimes you need to get off your bike as soon as possible, but I thought it would have made it so when you hold brake and press square, you automatically get off normally. You don't like launch off, but you have to decrease your speed quite a bit to prevent yourself launching yourself off like that, because it's very easy to damage any cargo you're carrying by mistake when that happens. But yeah, bring them online. Yeah, Fragile will pop up, but it's just a hologram. Right, and once you've done so, guys, head over to the DHV over there. So bring on 2 more preppers online during this video. Got a few BTs to encounter. I'm going to start unlocking things now thick and fast as we bring all these preppers online. Yeah, I'm going to start grabbing lost cargo a bit now along the way, and I'm going to start showing you the routes I'm going to be taking. Yeah, so here you only have to pick Die Hard Men to progress. If you pick all the other options, you just get some extended dialogue. You eventually have to pick Die Hard Men to progress on that cutscene. Right, continue forward after the cutscenes. Yep, get through there. Right, and once a prompt appears, Yep, any moment now. There it is. Yes, go back up to the surface. Now you've had a nice kip, we should be ready to venture out into Australia. Yeah, a bunch of cutscenes again. So once you get control back, come over to the terminal. And we're going to take a main order. Yeah, this one, it wants you to kind of go through a BT area. But the way I'm going to do it, we're going to go left, down to the river, and then follow that along all the way to the depot. It's not a direct line. It's not a direct line, but it's a lot better just because you avoid most of BTs. Yeah, and there's not really any obstacles in the way. So you kind of got like a clean run as well. So yes, we're going to come down there. Then we're going to kind of go down this path all the way to the river. Then from the river, we're going to follow the edge all the way across to the objective marker. Yes, all the way along here. If you stick close to the edge of the water, you should avoid all the BTs. But don't be too far away. If you're, for example, about 10 meters away, you might run into a BT. And these BTs are quite big. Yeah, you might run into a BT, so stay close to the river, literally like within about 2 meters maybe. So you put the item you need in your backpack. Make sure you got PCC with you, of course. Yeah, I'm going to take out machine gun. We'll need it a bit later. Be honest, we don't need that until... No, actually we do need it in this video. We need it near the end. Yeah, we need a machine gun near the end of this video. We can have some blood grenades in your pouches, because they can always come in useful. Obviously, like I say, machine gun, a PCC, at least one, but you might want to take 2. Can't quite fabricate any attachments yet, but when we get to this next prepper, you'll be able to fabricate attachments. So these are kind of like skill upgrades you can buy. Give you like various enhancements. It's quite good because you can just deactivate one and pick another one if you don't have enough of the memory that you need. Yeah, you can just deactivate one and activate another, but you can only do so in an area where we've got a coal network online. But yeah, the ones at the moment, I just let the ones which increase your range. The one which narrows the range but extends it, it's actually really good. It almost doubles your range, I think. But yes, continue down here. Keep an eye out for any lost cargo. I just grabbed one lost cargo there. All this lost cargo is for the prepper we're going to next. So grab that lost cargo, continue down to this little path. Yeah, I meant to turn left there, but I kind of bounced forwards. Yeah, and like I said, turn left here and continue down now all the way to the river. If you go through the kind of like big rocky area, you're probably going to run into a BT because the paths are quite narrow and there's not really much space to drive around the BTs. But if you come down here, you're nowhere near, well, you are kind of close, but as long as you keep to the edge, you're not near them. So you don't have to worry about running into any BTs. It's a nice, definitive path to take. Sit close to the river and follow all the way to the objective. You can't go wrong. So yeah, all the way down here, keep scanning. The lost cargo should be in the same place for you as it is for me. Right, so here we are, out the big river. Now just follow the edge all the way now to the end. Like I say, do not go too far away. There'll be one part where it's kind of like a big hill, or sorry, a big like rocky ledge blocking your path. I go left into the water slightly. Yeah, like here, I go left slightly. I mean, this one you don't really have to touch the water. But over here, yes, I keep left and just submerge myself very, very slightly in the water. Like this. That's it. Because there might be BTs further inland, but there will not be any above the water, of course. They can't swim, just like Sam can't. Right, continue following the path. Just got another lost cargo. That's lost cargo number 2. For this prepper we're going to next. So just continue following the coast. And there should be one more lost cargo just before the destination. And this destination is very similar to the other prepper, the last one, the Bocker. It is covered by a illusion. Yeah, do not be fooled. Yeah, so the government's base, there's another lost cargo. The third one we're going to take, headache pills. They'll come in very, very useful later, trust me. Yeah, especially when you come to the grinding, you'll need them. That's it, grab them headache pills and come down slightly. Of course, you want to try not to damage your cargo too much. I mean, it doesn't matter if you damage it a little bit, but the less damage, the more likes you're going to get. So here we are at the government base. hell of a base this one is. So yeah, deliver. Now what you want to do, unhighlight all the lost cargo and deliver the order by itself. If you don't, you're going to get locked at about 1.9 stars no matter what, because sometimes the game will lock you at a certain point just because it wants you to experience a dialogue from delivering your first order or a second order. So you deliver the first order by itself and then deliver the lost cargo afterwards, because in this one you can actually separate the cargo if you don't want to deliver it all straight away. Death Stranding 1 you couldn't. I think in Death Stranding 1 you had to leave any cargo out of range that you didn't want to deliver yet. But yes, just unhighlight the lost cargo, deliver the order by itself, get through all this dialogue, you get the rewards, you get a dialogue choice, just pick the bottom one to continue. Yeah, I think this always happens when you deliver your first order. Yeah, it always gets locked at 1.9 because you have all these like little events which trigger all these like little cutscenes, tutorials. Right, but maybe if you go for 2 stars it can mess it up. Right, now go back into the terminal, deliver and report. Now deliver all the lost cargo, and now you go up to 2 stars. Like I say, if you delivered all this at once, you would have got locked at 1.9 still. But doing it separately just allows this to work. And this is a good habit to get into, guys. Whenever you're delivering orders, if you've got any lost cargo, deliver the orders first, unhighlight the lost cargo, and then deliver the lost cargo second. It won't always really help, but when it does, it can be really helpful. So just a good habit to get used to. It takes what, an extra 10 seconds? Right, once you've done so, yes, he's at 2 stars now. We're going to take out that sub order, leave the main order for now. We'll come back for that a bit later. We're going to do a sub order because we're going to bring that optional prepper online, that guide to the distance. Yeah, do the sub order. Now the path I take over to him, I'll show you afterwards. Let's just put this in my box, in my cargo. Yeah, put dismantled rifle in your backpack. That's it. Like I say, make sure you got at least 1 or 2 PCC level 1s. Right, now you can fabricate components. So these coil anti-gravity devices, they make it so you can carry a little bit more. Yeah, so you can put 2 of them on you if you want. Ideally later on I'm going to try to craft batteries and stick with batteries. Yeah, but for now it's better than nothing. So you can put 2 of them on because that's all you can currently craft. They do actually cost quite a lot, so you do want to be careful of what we're crafting, because we're going to need a lot of metals and ceramics to build the roads. Yeah, when it comes to roads, I'm going to try and build them as we go through the main story. But in order to do so, we're going to have to drag around materials from prepper to prepper. You know, for example, when we get to that prepper, we're going to take metals and ceramics from him, carry it all the way back to the base where we are now, ready for a bit later. So they can grab them later on and then take them on to a road paver, which would be near a mission a bit later. So yeah, this is the path I take, guys. It's not too bad. You need to be careful with this cargo because any light, just little knocks into rocks can do a lot of damage to it. Yeah, so I take this path up here. You avoid the BTs then. Yeah, so this path is quite a nice path I find. That's it. Right, once you're good to go, head out. And on your bike, son. Yep, get on your bike, your tri-cruiser. Just make sure first you charge up your battery. When we first get to this new area, we're not going to be able to bring it online straight away. He kind of gets locked at about 0.9 stars. So yeah, make sure you got your battery. Try to charge it up to 130% if you can. If not, don't worry too much. There you go. Almost every generator I find is level 2. Right, so I'm going to come back over to where, because this is where my route was going from, my route guidance. Right, using your sat nav. So follow my lead if you want to. If you just want to use a visual cue that I'm showing you, or of course use route guidance. It's a bit better to see just where I'm going when I'm driving. Yeah, like I say, watch out for these rocks if you drive straight into one and you don't kind of go over it with your bike. You'll damage your cargo a little bit. Yeah, this is a nice path to go up. Yeah, I come across here next. Carefully go up here. Yeah, so my route guidance, it bends to the left here, you see it? Kind of bends to the left. Yeah, come up here next. Looks like there's nothing here, but this leads you to a better path. It's a bit more, it's just a bit clearer. Not as many rocks and trees. Yeah, so up here. And then once you get to this flat part at the top, you just turn right and carry on all the way to the prepper. That's it. A nice flat plane. Yeah, so come over here all the way to the end. So from this prepper, we're going to do a little sub order for him, and it's going to take us through BT territory. Yep, and the BTs here, when you have to take one path and then come back, if you take exactly the same path, you might find some BTs kind of in the way, because they seem to follow you when you drive past them, and then they'll stop, but they can stop in your path which you took. So you've got to be careful going back through a BT area in the same path you took on the way through it beforehand. Right, so we're going to deliver this report. Deliver and report this order. Yeah, so we get up to about 0.9 stars. Yeah, he gets locked. So if you did not charge up your bike, you would not be able to charge it now because, of course, you're not online yet, so you can't put down a generator. Afterwards, open the terminal and take on the order, guys. 101. Recover the mementos from the BT area. Yeah, order 101. So the path I take, you got to be really careful here. I did used to do this on foot on earlier drafts when I was optimizing this, but yeah, now I just go on bike. So if you follow my path, it'll be more or less quite clear on the way there, but you might have to go a slightly different path on the way back, like I say, because BTs might be along the way. So look at this path I'm routing. Yeah, so you take that path on the way, there shouldn't be any BTs kind of in that line. There might be a few to the left or right, but as long as you keep more or less on that path, you should miss most of them. Yeah, it gets a bit zigzaggy near the end, but that just works for me. It's quite clear, not as many trees, because some of the paths are narrow, but it's like a few trees and you have to navigate through them, and if you've got BT chasing you, then you can get caught out. Right, once you're ready, guys, yes, head out and let's carry on and complete this. Yeah, the BTs as well in this area, if they do get triggered and the tar develops around you, you can drive away on the bike, unlike in the first game. Just hold R2, then when you get control back and the bike starts to move, press boost and you'll move a bit quicker. It's not as quick as what you normally move, but it's quicker than being on foot, because you still move really slow on foot. And grab that lost cargo there. Yes, grab that lost cargo I just picked up. That's pretty much always there. Yeah, you don't move as quick on foot. Moving on foot is almost the same as DS1, but yes, now you move quicker on bike when there's tar around you. Yeah, so you see this path I'm taking. Yeah, it sounds like we're going close to BTs, but it's following this path. There's almost none directly in your way. And then when I get here, I just get off my bike for a moment, because this path is really narrow and it's got a few ledges down here, so it's just better to get off your bike here and go down this narrow path on foot. And down here is the order we will need. Yes, grab that cargo for the order, go back up to your bike, and now we're going to make our way back. So like I was saying, be very careful when you go back. You can try to take the same path, but just keep an eye out for any BTs. They're quite big, so they are easy to see. Yeah, see there's one there? So just be careful going back. As long as you're not within about 2 meters range, then this shouldn't get a chance to trigger. I mean, they might be aggro slightly, but they won't send the tar after you unless you get too close. But once they do see you, they do close up on you pretty fast. I mean, look how quick they catch up to me. So yeah, get away as soon as you can. And that's what I was saying, when you're on your bike, hold R2, as soon as you get control, press boost and you'll move a lot quicker. Yeah, if you remember back on DS1, there was a way to do it, but if you weren't careful, you just get knocked off your bike straight away. But now, of course, sometimes the BT is a bit different, and you can drive like that. Of course, do not drive directly into the BT, because then he's going to grab you. Right, now I've kind of got almost a clear run. Yes, now we should bring him online. I've not had to put down any generators yet, other than that one I put down in Mexico. Yeah, because there's always generators that other players have put down near these preppers. Yeah, so deliver that cargo, just like we did before. Deliver the order by itself, and then deliver the lost cargo separately. It doesn't really make a difference here. He doesn't get locked like the governor's base. He doesn't get locked like he did. But like I say, it's just a good habit to get into. Deliver the order by itself first, and then deliver all the optional cargo afterwards. Yeah, so as you raise your portal grade, of course, your A-Pass enhancements will get unlocked and you'll get better ones. Right, once delivered it, we're going to take out the ceramics from here and the metals, because we want it for later, guys, for building roads. Yeah, so I'm now going to deliver that lost cargo I collected.
Where on earth did you find? Now displaying your current order grade.
Yep, and we're going to take on an order. So this one, 102, we're going to take out that order. Yeah, so for that order, it's actually for the governor's base. But we're going to take it, we're going to take almost the same path down. But once we get to that long kind of hill, which is like really clear, had that like long brown path, we're going to go straight down it, and the enemy camp will be near the bottom. Yep, then from that enemy camp, once got a cargo, we'll make our way back over to governor's base, hand it all in, and then that'll be it for this video, guys. Yeah, then over here. So be 4 enemies down there, and they're each holding the cargo, so you do have to knock them out to collect it. So I'm going to head out once that order has been taken. Right, then come back in, fabrication and management, claim materials, take out all the chiral crystals. Yeah, take out all of them. Also take out all the ceramics and all the metals. Yeah, so take out all the chiral crystals, all the ceramics and all the metals. Like I say, these are going to come in useful for crafting roads a bit later. There's some preppers where there's not going to be like roads really close to them. Like there's some of these optional ones out of the way. So we are going to be moving materials around quite a bit. Yeah, so you can place the heavy ones on your bike and the other ones on your backpack. Yeah, so just make sure you got them all. Remember, all the ceramics and all the metals and all the chiral crystals. Right, once you're good to go, get on your bike. There's no generator nearby. You might want to put down one yourself. There probably will be. I mean, you can open your map and have a look. Look for any nearby jennies. Right, let's do it. So we're going to make our way down to that little enemy camp. It's like an outpost. Yeah, down there. We're going to take 2 pieces of lost cargo from the post box, which are pretty much always in there. We'll grab a 4 piece of cargo we need for this order. Then head over to the governor base, guys, hand it in, and take the next main order from him. Because you remember, we didn't take it earlier. We just took the sub order, and we've come over here to do that so we can unlock this prepper. Yeah, so down here, keep the EC scanner. We're going to grab 3 lost cargo on the way. You can see 2 of them on the map now on the screen. So the governor's base. Yeah, there'll be 3 altogether, and these are the first 2. Be careful approaching this one that you don't go too fast, otherwise you might fall off the edge, like I almost did. So grab that lost cargo. That's lost cargo number 1. The second one is just over here. Yep, grab that one as well. Now from this one, I normally drive forward a bit and go down that next hill, and that'll take us all the way down to the 3rd. Yep, so down here. Yep, so there it is, the 3rd lost cargo. So remember, just hold triangle as you approach them and you'll pick them up automatically. So continue forwards, and you can see the orange outlines. That's where the enemies are. So now you can shoot on your bike, which is really helpful. You just take out your gun by pressing right on the D-pad or selecting it, and you press R1 to fire. Yeah, I think that's why they've made it that you scan it. It's on R1 to use it to shoot when you're on your bike. So you can still drive with L2 and R2, but you'll aim automatically just by taking out your gun. Remember, it's R1 to shoot now when you're on your bike. So be 4 enemies. When you take them out, grab the cargo they drop. That's what we need for this order. And once taking them all out, we are going to loot that post box. So 4 enemies. I think I've taken out 2 already. I think I took out 2, but by mistake, so I thought I only shot 1, but looks like they're both in line. Yes, it's actually 2 they knocked out. Yes, I'm thinking, where's the 4th? Yeah, it took me a moment to realise.
Okay.
So yeah, this post box, you do have to get off your bike. You can't open post boxes while you're on your vehicle. I thought they might let you do that in this. So I'm going to take out the 2 shirts. That's it, 2 nice shirts for the governor. He'll love that. So take out 2 shirts for him. Yep, so lost cargo there. Sorry, not lost cargo. The order cargo. Another one there. And so I've got 3 of the cargo fleet order, 1 more. Yeah, the reconnaissance equipment. And number 4. There it is. You'll know once you've got them all because you'll get that notification saying you've recovered them all. 4 of 4. Minimum required 4, so you need every single one. Right, back on your bike. Try not to stumble past it. Like that. I didn't mean to pick that up. It's because I'm holding L2 and R2 to stabilise myself. And Sam just decided to grab some on the barrel nearby. Right, so back over to the governor's base. Yeah, let's handle this in. We are going to be doing this as we go through the story, guys. I'm not going to be doing too much side stuff. Just if it's kind of not too far out of the way, or if it unlocks a prepper, yes, we will be doing it. Like I say, we're not going to be doing it too much. We are doing order that one we just been to in order to bring it online. That's why I did it. And in this one, we just kind of did it on the way. Yeah, I'll be doing just a lot of orders because they're on the way, pretty much, with the story. Right, so again, deliver the order by itself and then do the lost cargo afterwards. Hopefully you'll get this guy up to rank 3. Yep, so that dialogue option, choose the bottom option, unless you want to see all the other dialogue he has to tell you about. Yep, and now I'm going to deliver all the lost cargo, especially the 2 shirts. Yeah, white's his favourite colour, so he's going to love them. Shame there's no eye patch there. We'll keep an eye out for one of them for him. So yes, level 3. Got some new goodies unlocked. Firmware updates. Okay, and we'll just take out the order ready for the next video. And so these ceramics and metals, we're going to put them in the private locker here. Yeah, don't put them in storage like I did by mistake. Because a lot of these places, they have like a limit. And as you go through a story or when time passes, their storage will slowly increase. Just from other ports and things like that. So you don't want to max it out, you know, too early. Because that means there's going to be less to just be put in there, you know, as time passes. So put it all in the private locker like I did on the second bunch. That's it. Ceramics and metals in the private locker. You're going to need a weapon soon as well, so make sure you've got a weapon on you. PCCs, of course. And we're going to unlock that one, improved MP bullets, because it'll make it so we attack these enemies and damage them quicker. Yeah, and defeat them quicker. Yeah, if your bullets do more damage. And right, once ready, so we've got the order. And put the metals away. Yeah, we're going to save the game, guys, and that'll be it for part 3. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on part 4 tomorrow.